Hey, welcome to The Silver Lining. Today we're talking about a DEXA scan. Do you need one? Should you get one? What can you expect if you get one? Let's find out. So what exactly is a DEXA scan? A DEXA scan stands for dual energy X-ray absorptiometry. The process or the procedure was originally developed in the early 1980s as a form to discover bone density and specifically for osteoporosis. But I was curious about something else. I was curious about its use cases with muscle mass and fat percentage. I've been reading online and I've seen all these famous fitness people use DEXA scans to track body fat percentage, and I wanted to see how I was improving training for this Half Ironman that is coming up in 2 weeks. So I went and I got one done early November and another one maybe 2 weeks ago. I wanted to go over what you can expect to see when you go and get yourself a DEXA scan. Alright, so the procedure itself, very simple. You're going to lie down on a table and the scanner is going to go over you. It's going to take maybe 3 minutes and you're done. So very simple. After you're done with the scan, you're gonna get a sheet of paper that looks something like this. Up here, you can see the personal information. And then right here, if we scroll down, you will see the first set of data. You can see that at the time of this particular DEXA scan, I was at 25.7% body fat. Total mass, meaning my total weight, 193 pounds. 49.5 of those were fat tissue, 136 pounds were lean tissue. BMC. What is BMC? BMC stands for bone mineral content. And that, it's essentially the stuff that your bones are made out of. So calcium, phosphorus. So I've got 6.9 pounds of those. This other number right here, visceral fat, that's a good number to know where you're at. So what is visceral fat? Visceral fat is the fat that surrounds your organs, essentially, such as your liver, pancreas, and your intestines. If you have high visceral fat, that's pretty bad, and it's usually linked to heart disease and other diseases such as diabetes. So knowing where you're at with your visceral fat is a good measurement to know. If we go down here to the lean mass balance, this is essentially telling you which side is dominant or has more mass. Okay, so if you scroll down here, you can see body composition, but even to a particular limb. So this is very cool to see. You can see my right arm, my left arm, legs. So if you're overtraining a particular side, you can tell. If your right arm is bigger, probably you're dominant, but if it's much bigger, if you're a male, it might be time for you to go start dating. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Scrolling down, this particular last section, you've got your android fat and your gynoid fat. So what are these things? Your android fat is usually more common in males, and it is going to be that fat around that stomach. Versus the gynoid fat, which is going to be usually higher fat percentages in females, which is that fat around the hips and the buttocks, I can't say that word. But again, good numbers to know. Overall, the DEXA scan, I think, is just worth it for all this information. Hey, another quick note here. I'm just a random guy on the internet. I am not a licensed professional. It's just a dude that was curious about what a DEXA scan is, trying to provide some information and why it's kind of useful if you're working out and just for tracking overall fitness. So do your own research, take my words for what they are, nothing, do it on the internet. So that's some of the information you can expect to have from a DEXA scan. I think overall it's a great tool. It's a great way to measure where you're at before a race, or if you're trying to hit a certain goal before your training session and then afterwards. If you get more DEXA scans within the same place, you'll typically be able to see a summary stacked. So you'll see the date and then your body fat percentage, lean mass, and you can see your progression. So overall, I think it's it's just a great tool to have, or a great test to have if you have access to one. So I would highly recommend it. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. I have a whole 2 subscribers. Otherwise, yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day.